Good evening and welcome to the regular Super League slot, but something of a Super League special. Just two games tonight with the postponed Haggis and Bostock Stanley game taking centre stage after the Haggis reserves take on Ba in the OFC Champions Cup Group G. Good evening to everyone joining us for this shorter than usual episode. And the fact that it's a shorter than usual episode meant there was no real need to bring in a co-commentator for what's probably going to last, half an hour or so. So since the last round of fixtures, Haggis have added Dan Anderson and Jonathan Woodgate to the side and dropped both straight into the reserves, which means they were available to make their debuts against Ba. Have a quick look at their side. A couple of actual players available. Goalkeeper, Fijian international. We've got Doldoy as well there, also from Fiji. And this is a reminder of how the Haggis group looks. Played 2-1-2, scored 11, yet to concede. But all the other sides still with a chance of qualifying depending on how results go. So big opportunity. Evening boy. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. How are you, pal? I hope you are well. And enjoyed Brazil versus Serbia and any of the other World Cup games you've managed to watch. Here's how the Haggis team line up, as I did with Dudley last year when I won them the Continental Cup. I've gone back to the original Devils tactic, and just basically made the players fit in around them. Jimenez has got 4 in 2 games. Could he be set for a call up to the first team when it comes to the reserve swaps for Haggis? Koku was also in the successful Dudley team, from what I remember, that managed to win it last season. He is off and running again. 3 assists. I feel someone at some point has to give him a run in a first team somewhere. Who else we got? We got the Super League legend that is Christian Poulsen, involved. 1 goal, 1 assist in his 2 games as well. Might someone fancy her? And of course, Danny Invincible with his 1 assist so far as well in the competition. And Carlo Cudicini making his Haggis debut today. Bywater has been the number 1 choice, but with qualification already secured, Cudicini gets to play tonight instead. As I mentioned, Dan Anderson there and Jonathan Woodgate both making their Haggis debuts. As there's only 2 games, we'll slow the commentary down a little bit just so that this gives you something to watch. Evening, Tato. How are you, pal? Hope you're well. Enjoyed Richarlison's performance tonight. I know you would have very much enjoyed the 2nd goal, that's for sure. How are Bar lining up? This is something Tato would love. Look at the state of this formation. They're going ultra defensive with the exception of the left back, who's being extraordinarily adventurous. Let's see how the 2 sides match up. Obviously, only 3 subs allowed in the Continental Cup. Yes, and Danny Invincible it is who opens the scoring with his first ever Haggis goal after just a couple of minutes, making it look easy against the Fijians. 1 attack, 1 goal. Go on, Danny, lad. Here comes Neuville. Woodgate picks it up, and Dan Anderson just playing it about. And there was Invincible with another opportunity. Woodgate, Anderson, the 2 new boys just playing it about themselves. Jimenez! And that is, what did I say? Is that now his 5th goal in 3 games? Surely the manager's looking at this. And there's Jimenez again and Koku. Anderson picks it up. I'm sure this is the same goalkeeper who Mike Savage's Australia played against in his first game, and he saved shot after shot after shot. But this not to be, it's been disallowed. He saved an extraordinarily amount of attempts by that Australia team. Jimenez, so close, hits the bar. 3 minutes to be added on. And there is half time. Medina, technically a first-team player, but not made an appearance, and due to lack of actual reserves available, he's been selected on the bench. Similar for Jafar, with just one start and one sub-appearance to his name, and not included. For all of his hard work. Jafar not included in tonight's main match squad, so that's why I've included him on the bench. No fitness concerns there, no disciplinary concerns, so we carry on into the second half. Paulson comes forward. Dan Anderson, he's been very involved on his debut. Parfanov, great save. Corner kick which Neuville takes. Disappointing set piece. Woodgate, what's he doing that far forward? Parfanov. Still the midfielder goes forward. No, Paulson, Anderson, invincible. And we've reached the hour mark. Hardly breaking a sweat, the reserve side. So we will carry on all the way through. Didn't do much. Just I'd like to see a bit more. But there's 3. And it's Neuville who scores this time. 3-0 to Haggis. At least it's effective, if not the same level, the same amount of attempts that we created in the other 2 games. At least this Haggis team are being effective in front of goal. Here comes Jimenez again. And it's 4. And that means he's scored 6 goals in the 3 group games. Woodgate, Neuville. It goes out for a corner. Risp. Save. Can't hold on for it. Parfanov. How has he missed? Indeed, Rox. Absolutely smashing it in the Continental Cup. 6 goals so far in 3, not quite 3 league games or group games. Invincible now. Come on, Danny. Is he going to get a call up to the first team after this performance? Offside. 2 minutes to be added on. And Jimenez for a hat-trick. Good save. And there's the final whistle. Haggis managed to go blemish-free. 3 wins from 3. No goals conceded. 15 scored in those 3 games. 6 of those 15 by Daniel Jimenez, who's also got 3 goals in the reserves. Or is that that might be the CMSL Cup, actually. Without actually starting for them. Boy certainly has talent. Match stats, that's a little bit better. They did get a shot on goal to their credit, but they were no match for the mighty Haggis reserves. 15 and 12, I'm a lot happier with that. Not so good in the air, but we like to, the reserves like to play a passing style of football, not a pump it long style. But that sees Haggis through, and it's the Tonganese side who come through with them. Get him in the team, says Tato. Well, there's only one man that can do that after tonight, and that is the manager, who I don't even know if he's watching, to be fair. I hope he is, because his match is about to start. Because as I click through, don't normally do the news. We'll come back to that. Haggis have been drawn against a Cook Islands semi-professional side with no real players in the semi-final. It's going to be played at the Furnace. All the training reports will get announced in the news ahead of the next round of fixtures. But here's what you've all come for. Bostock Stanley at home to Haggis. And now I need to go through and sort his team out. So this is the not fun bit that all the other streams do, but I'm sure you don't mind watching me do the team for him. And this is the one where he wants, yep. He wants it like this time. So, Festival, Okoronkwo, Ferdinand, Michelini, Simeone, Giggs, Cardavicchia. Debut for the former Northern Burn man who didn't even get a start at Northern Burn, but he starts straight away. Saba, Elbert, Rossini with Seaman, Live, Figo, and Shearer on the bench. There we go. That was relatively painless, wasn't it? So here is the Haggis team for this game. Back to the first team squad. Mikhail Vikia making his debut after making the move from Northern Burn. He played one game at DMC in the Cup. That's right, I remember. You were very, very against it. Very, very against it. Let me just check the last. Tony Adams was captain. Tony Adams isn't in the team as he picked his captain. It's Simeone. And he has asked for specific tactical things. So while I do that, in the interest of fairness, I will just put myself on the big screen. Evening, Mike. I was actually saying, I don't know if you caught the beginning, the first game there, the Continental Cup game. But the goalkeeper that Haggis just came up against was the same one that you came up against in your first game as Australia manager. And he didn't perform quite as well as he did against your Australia team on that night. Just sort these out for Ian. So we've got, and then in there, corner left. Right. And then done, which means I can bring it back up on the screen. Happy days all around. Evening, Ian. Yeah, you made it. What was the score? Yeah, as Rock says, 4-0. Jimenez got another 2. That's 6 in 3 games. I will show you the. In fact, will it already? Yeah, there you go. Jimenez upped. There you go. The manager said it. Jimenez up to the first team shortly. Here's the performance. Neuer got man of the match, 10 rating, goal and an assist, I believe. Jimenez with his 2 goals. Invincible opened the scoring in the first couple of minutes. Fairly comprehensive, mate. Not much to worry about at all. Easy progression. And most importantly, Woodgate made his debut. Anderson made his debut. He was very, very involved, by the way, Anderson. And 0 goals conceded through the group. So you can be quite happy with that. And you're drawn against a team from the Cook Islands in the semi-final. Thank you. Thank you very much. I take great pride in beating essentially non-league sides with some of the best players available. But yes, here is your team in full then for tonight. All the tactical instructions have been done as well. Paravicchia makes his debut. Wearing the number 31 shirt. As for Bostock Stanley. Let's just remind ourselves of the league table as well while we're here. So Stanley currently in 5th, 25 points. Haggis down in 9th, 22. So can go level on points with a win. They're part of that cluster of groups in and around the dotted line are Haggis. Stanley, the early season favourites, but they have been on a little bit of a dip of late. Form has not been good to them. Haggis had been firmly on the rise until the last couple of games. Scott sticks with the narrow, and it has to be said, happy birthday for tomorrow to the Bostock Stanley manager. No doubt he will be looking to see in the next year anniversary of his birth with 3 points at home to Haggis. There's just one change, and it was on the subs bench. The starting 11 remains the same. So Khan in goal with Yepes and Honsho. Tomazi Said and Patsazoglu in front of them. Aymar in centre midfield, big player. And Del Piero Cabello, who, if I remember rightly, yes, it was the big 5-0 win last time. Cabello getting 2 for Stanley. Jacques with Montella up top. Ian's done the maths very quickly for everyone. 3-0 Haggis sees them leapfrog Bostock. Huge incentive there for the away side. So we, again, as this is the only proper game tonight, we'll just play the whole thing on fast so that you've got something to watch. Let's kick this one off. Bostock Stanley at home to Haggis. Both sides, either side of the dotted line. Crucial game. Early start for the away side. Their reserves banging form. The first team would have taken incentive from that, that's for sure. And here comes Elber. Cardavicia. Calm with the save. Savine calm with a double save. Haggis have started well. Will that spur the home side on though? Del Piero, Montella, Cabello. Oh, he's very much in the mood. Sava's been good, I feel. This is getting into the Haggis team as well. Very good player. Scholes blocking and trying to set his side off on a counter. But Jacques is not letting them out. And there's Del Piero Westerveld with a save. Montella's offside. Cardavicia very busy on his debut as well. Still going. Rossini! And it goes out for a corner off Khan. There's Rossini again. Scholes now. Giggs on the other side. Simeone, the captain tonight. Superb play by Haggis. They just cannot put the ball past Oliver Khan. Patsazoglu now. He's shoved by Ferdinand, gets a free kick. Cabello steps up. Tomazi Del Piero. Michelini gets in the way. Rossini, Giggs. Tomazi in the way, but Cardavicia picks it up. Rossini! And Khan with another save off the head of Rossini. Half an hour played. How many saves has Khan made already? Oliver Khan having a normal one indeed. That's an unreal performance by the goalkeeper. Now Giggs, still Giggs. Sava! It's 1-0 for Kundu Sava. Opens the scoring just before half-time for Haggis. And there's the whistle. Big moment. This week's of Montella 45. It wasn't Montella. It was Sava. Stop that. Just the one attempt by Bostock. Haggis, 5 attempts on goal. Most of them seem to be headers from Rossini, from what I was reading. Pass completion high from both sides. Tackle completion not high enough at all from the home side. Ian very happy with his side's first half there. And headers won. Stanley dominating the away side in the air. How many's he got from AMC? Well, we'll take a look. Just briefly, top tier AMC now. He's doing exactly what a young Bruno did last year, I would suggest. Having a quick look. I'm surprised Khan's only on 7, to be fair. Lackluster performance thus far by Stanley, although you could argue that's because Haggis are not letting him play. So few touches of the ball, though. If Scott was around, he would be quite concerned, I'm sure. As for Haggis, in fact, I will just check. Scott hasn't left me any instructions. I don't believe I saw any when I was putting the team together for him. We'll just double check. No, and even if we went with the same as last time, there would be no substitutions required. Had Ian already say that you compare Bruno to Sava? Bruno could lace Sava's boots. Ian already say roll to 60. Let's have a look at some of these players then. There's Rossini's 3 attempts, 2 on target. I'm sure they were all headers. Sava is now got 4 goals in 9 starts and an assist. He also started the season in the, I presume that would be reserve games. Because I don't remember him playing in the cup. 3 goals in 4 non-competitive games as well. Anyone else you want to have a look at, Ian, while it's on the screen? You're more than welcome to, as you're the only manager in the chat that's currently playing. Bruno's fucking garbage. He was superb last year. And the lad whose name I could never pronounce that was at Dragons as well. He was another one. So we're rolling till 60. Let's resume the action. Rossini trying to go and get another one. Now here comes Stanley, 51 on the clock. Montella gets caught. Yellow card for Okoronkwo. Masala. Scholes picks up and earns the free kick. Khan with yet another save. Rossini! Sava! He is just not being picked up by anybody. And now Cabello trying to go forward. And Montella. Flag stays down. Montella! Easy chance for Montella. It is what a piece. A rare flurry forward for the home side. And Montella does exactly what he does best. Now Del Piero off the bar. And Sava's been sent off on the hour mark. It was all looking so good for Haggis. And now it's all gone horribly wrong. Stanley equalised, and then the man who's been causing so many problems gets himself sent off. Invisible Scott. So, Ian, it's the hour mark anyway. So it was the opportunity to make changes if you so wished. And now you have the red card. What do you do? Figo is coming on for Elba. Move Figo to AM. A bit like that. Evening, Dan. Welcome. You've reached a crucial point. 60 minutes on the clock. 1 apiece between Stanley and Haggis are down to 10 men. Ian is just finalising his plans for the last half an hour. Rossini is central. What's Rossini's rating? Could Shearer be coming on? He's on a 7. I suppose I could have had the music playing in the background very, very lowly. for just such occasions like this. That will do. Oh, Rossini for Shearer, and that will do. Without Scott here, no changes to make, but just a quick look at ratings and condition to see if, when he watched it back, if he would have made changes. And we resume the action. Half an hour to play, one apiece, but the home side now have the man advantage. And now Shearer, Figo, Simeone. Khan catches the ball. Yepes passes Zoglu back to Yepes, but Giggs gets there, sets off a counter. Makaravicki, Okoronkwo. Credit to Haggis, they're not being outplayed with a man less, that's for sure. Simeone now. Makaravicki, Shearer! And the 10 men have done it. Alan Shearer on 69 minutes. Gives the away side the lead for the second time tonight. Montella Vestival with a save. And once again, Stanley having to come from behind. Del Piero tries to. Patsazoglu. Cabello. Vestival with another save. What a goalkeeper this is. Simeone. Shearer. Still Shearer. Khan does well. It's a corner. Scholes sends it in. Makaravicki goes wide. Heading towards the final 10 minutes. Can Haggis hold on? Figo now in trouble, goes in the book. Aymar with a free kick, deflects off forward. Cabello again. Yepes, Said. Simeone tackles, he gets booked. Aymar to shoot, deflects off the wall, and Okoronkwo is able to clear. Montella now, Jacques. But again, Haggis getting away, and Giggs goes on the counter. He gets tripped, yellow card. Free kick, which Scholes sends over. Honshu would say Figo picks it up. Honshu again with clearance. Shearer! Khan with another save. And then he punches the corner clear as well. 4 minutes to be added on. Pazzazoglu, Tomazi, Montella, Del Piero. Michelini gets booked. Free kick. Aymar to shoot again. Oh. Del Piero coming forward. Jacques. Into injury time now. Is there one last chance for Stanley? Aymar. Del Piero deflects off the defender and out for a corner. Aymar. Honshu. Yepes gets booked. Giggs down the byline on the counter. Scholes. And they've done it. Haggis have won it. Haggis have won it. 3-1 in injury time. Paul Scholes guarantees the victory. And the 10 men of Haggis, they had to hold on in the final few minutes. But on the counter with an absolute sucker punch. And they win the game 3-1. Not a bad night for Haggis. There's 2 games played, 7 goals scored. And there's the manager saying massive, massive win. That massive indeed. Definitely deserved the points, I feel. Stanley were a lot better in the second half. What a result. Well played, Haggis, says Mr. Edwards. Stanley was certainly better in that second half. Having the man advantage would have helped with that, of course. But Haggis did very, very well and always looked dangerous going forward, you felt. Let's have a look at the home side stats. First couple of players, they're getting booked. Not awful ratings, and certainly more of the ball than we saw when we looked at this at half-time. Just not enough. Heavily reliant on Montella, who just could not put the ball over the line. Let's take a brilliant result, Ian. You're looking class again. As for Haggis, Ryan Giggs picking up man of the match, 10 out of 10 performance. Dragons Haggis the weekend, going to be a belter. Evening, Duggan. How are you, pal? Hope you're well. It certainly is going to be real barnstorm of that one. And remember, if I can get everything organised in time, that will be played on Saturday. Still no guarantee on that, though. I need to see how I'm doing on my weekend in Swindon. I need to tidy the house before I leave tonight. Once tidied, I will try and do team news if it's not too late. There's the player rates. Congratulations, Haggis. That is a fantastic night for you, Ian. 2 wins and 7 goals scored, crucial and 3 crucial points. That leaves, I'll do a little bit of clicking around for you actually. That leaves the league looking like this then. Stanley drop a place to 6th. Haggis go up to 7th. Burn in. Without even seeing the pack, Ian, that's incredible. You might have some injuries you need to take care of. Burn remain obviously top 33, then Vikings 28, we've got Coastal Gazelles 27. Now I've got 3 teams, Fulchester, Stanley and Haggis 25. Have you any comment on the mooted Tortuga Fulchester deal? Is this the one that Greavesy sent me earlier? I've not processed it yet. Yep, Stanford Gattuso, I think. I think Macca will miss Gattuso. But when you look at the league table, they've conceded 28, which is more than everybody else in the top 9. So they definitely need to look at it. And that includes Dragons, who didn't win in the first 10 games. So they certainly need to look at the defence. Below the 25s, then, we've got Casuals 23, Dragons 22. And I'm sure I saw a statistic that said there was something stupid. Someone worked it out. Hang on. I will find the picture. I'll find the stat, unless said person can remind me quicker what it was. Where is he? There he is. At one point earlier this season, Casuals were 16 points ahead of Dragons, and now they're 1 point ahead. Incredible scenes. Dragons, Badgers on 22, Celtics on 20. Then it's looking a tough ask, isn't it? You're pretty much ruling Triple P, White Rose, and Astor out of it at this stage. I am afraid. Game week 10, thank you, Duggan. Game week 10, the gap between those two sides, and now look at it. So the next set, we've got Dragons, Haggis, Coast against Astor, Gazelles, Celtics, Burn, Bostock. Huge game that. Vikings, Fulchester, massive game that as well. Casuals against Triple P and White Rose at home to the Badgers. Have a quick flick through some of these. Cafu currently leading the average rating. Dragons fullback. And Ronaldinho there in third as well. Shows the upturn in form by the Dragons. No surprise to see Sigalko top of the goal scorers list. And Nelka's not really spoken much about Nelka, but he's only 5 goals behind. Could he yet? Shite roast baby indeed. In terms of assists, got 2-way tie. Aymar, who we've seen tonight, and Ronaldinho, both on 7. And the big news is you see Clarence Seedorf there in third. I can confirm that at time of talking, he is back fit and available, pending no training ground injuries between now and the next match. He is available for Fulchester again. Yellow cards, Roy Keane at the top on 9. Red cards, still Gattuso, Turam and West, the players to have received more than 1. 36 players have received at least 1 red card already this season. Pass completion, this is where the centre-backs take over. And there is the man who I believe is headed to Fulchester. Yep, Stam in second. Tackles per game, say Elias, explaining why he's so high in the average ratings list. Neil Scally there as well, not too far behind. The only players averaging over 6 per game. We've got a couple of players there just underneath on 5.9 as well. Dribbles per game, Ryan Giggs, 5.7, far exceeding anybody else in that particular measurement. Shots on target, Aymar at the top and Penza there as well. Nedved, Quelme, who we've spoken about a lot in the last few weeks, the job he's doing at Fulchester. Roy Mackay, showing what a big player he is for Triple P. Let's have a look at some team stats form. Dragons way at the top there with 5 successive wins. Burn not too far behind. Gazelle's up there too. And look at Haggis's form as well. Actually, I've had a thought. I'll come back to that. Games without losing. Dragons there on 6. And then we've got Vikings Burn and Gazelles on 3. Games without winning. White Rose and Asta both on 6. Fulchester lead the goals from corners category. Northern Burn way out in front in the goals from indirect free kicks. Direct free kicks, Dragons have got 3. Haggis have received the most yellow cards, 37. And Casuals there with 5 red cards. Incredible, 16 games in. Where am I best to start? Dragons were in it. Where's the... Oh. Why have they cancelled the cup games? I'll have to put them back in. Yes, so we've got one more league game, which might be Saturday, if not Sunday, and then the cup game will randomly get put back in that was in there for the quarterfinals of the CMSL Cup. I will have to sort those out. In fact, I might do it when I switch this off while I'm thinking of it. Otherwise, I will forget who drew who and when. But that's it. Good night for Haggis. 2 games played, 2 games won, 7 goals scored, 1 goal conceded. Only outside the playoffs on goal difference and safely through to the semi-final of the Continental Cup. That's been a nice... Somehow I've dragged 2 games out for 40 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed it. I will let you know whether the game will be Saturday or Sunday. But whatever you're doing... enjoy your weekends. Come on, England, for tomorrow. And we'll see you for next time for the next round of the CMSL. Good night.